everybody, it's Sam from Kavee and welcome to today's video. So today I'm just going to be telling you 10 facts that you should know before buying a CNC cage. So if you're in love with the idea of getting a CNC cage, I'm going to let you know what you should know before you buy it. Good things though, all good things, but just little facts that you should know. So I'm going to get into it. Fact number one, CNC cages are big. That's a good thing. So as you can see behind me, I have the 6x2 CNC cage, which is obviously an absolute palace. It's the biggest one that we do. But just in general, CNC cages are a lot bigger than what you'll find in the traditional ones. So do be prepared that when you put it together, you're like, well, that's a lot of space. So really do dedicate a lot of space to your guinea pigs. They'll love it and you'll love it as well. So just as that word of warning, it seems like a weird fact to start off with, but yes, they are big. So our 6x2 is so big that I could lay in it if I wanted to. I will on a different day, but today, no. But yeah, our 3x2 is the smallest one that we do, but that even in itself is kind of recommended for one guinea pig, but not even as a living situation. So it's only a temporary solution. You'll kind of see it that when you get the 4x2 that's suitable for 2 guinea pigs, when you put it together, which is obviously because of the 6x2, we say in kind of quantity of grids. If you take these two away, that's a 4x2 still by itself. So honkin' big cage. So that brings me to fact number 2. There are no grids at the bottom of your CNC cages. So when you buy just a kind of CNC cage without a stand, so obviously we have a little bit of a flaw for this one with the stand because it joins the stand to the actual cage. If you just have a CNC cage without the stand by itself, there will be no grids for you to place at the bottom. The Choroplast sheet will kind of go in between the grids, and that is a sturdy enough base. So when you do buy a CNC cage, don't try and connect any of the grids to the bottom kind of thing like that, because it won't work. It'll create an uneven surface and it won't be very good. But we have tons of assembly videos online for you to check out. So if you do buy a CNC cage from us and you're thinking, what do I do with all these grids? Watch our videos. I try and explain it as best as I can. Which brings me to fact number 3. Some grids are not suitable for baby guinea pigs or smaller guinea pigs. So there's tons of different grids that you can get out there. So one of them we have modular grids. They're the things that kind of make up the base of the cage. So when I say the base, I just mean like the outskirts of it and or the stands or lids. Oh, there's tons. So this is maybe a common one that you might have seen before, maybe you haven't, but these ones are just kind of squared grids. These ones aren't suitable because the holes are just too big. So you can tell kind of difference from the ones that we have. We have ones that are kind of lined. They're also kind of known as baby bars. So these ones are suitable for smaller guinea pigs as they can't get through them, but these ones, yeah, as I said, a little bit more difficult, and sometimes you can find a little bit of like welding problem with square ones. They might, like the sizes might not be the same, so like this square is obviously a lot smaller than this square kind of thing. So it's kind of just worth definitely doing your research into what grids that you're kind of going to get from what CNC cage. But ones that aligns, if you are planning on breeding or if you're buying young guinea pigs, then definitely kind of straight ones, baby bars, like we said, are probably the way to go. Which brings me to fact number 4. Sometimes the grids can be hard to put together. That sounds like, well, why would I even buy it if that means they're going to be hard to put together? They're not super ridiculous hard where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm having a terrible time. Basically, when you put the grids together, you're going to have connectors that will connect them. Pretend this one's a baby bar. So you can kind of see it from here where the connectors are joining. Sometimes there can be a little gap in between. You do not want the gap. So basically all you need to do is when you've put both connectors on, you can just kind of squish them together and listen out for the clicks. The main kind of click is relatively louder than the rest. Sometimes maybe it's not worth listening out for the clicks, but when they're newer ones, you'll hear it a little bit more. So you can just make sure they're really secure by just checking the different the different security parts in them. So they are a little bit use of force almost, I'd say, nothing too crazy. And if you are going to apply force to your grids, definitely hold on to the outer layers just so you've got that little bit more to kind of go, because if you're holding them here, you might damage the inside. So definitely worth just holding the outsides and just checking that they're absolutely secured. But the kind of easiest way to do it is if they're connected, is just to try and squeeze there and squeeze at the bottom. These ones are perfect, so I can't show you, but usually there's a gap that you can just kind of easily just do that. So a little bit of force, but you'll be fine with it. So fact number 5, I was going to do this, but that's 10. Fact number 5, the Choroplast that you get is surprisingly thin. You might be thinking, what? I don't want thin things, that won't be good enough. Yes, it will. So, I'll just lean over here and grab myself a nice little Choroplast here. So don't be surprised that when you do order, if you order from Kavee a CNC cage, when you get the Choroplast, it's including the base. This one is just demonstrating as a ramp. You'll notice that it's thinner than what you might get if you bought something online. So this isn't a kind of molded plastic. We actually kind of judge these things by grammage. So that might be a whole new word for you. But it's basically not judged by thickness, it's based by grammage. So this is 650, I think, millimeters per square. So that's kind of grammage is where you're probably thinking, I don't want numbers, I just want to know how good it is. So basically it's fine. It's waterproof, it's sturdy. The whole kind of grammage thing is to make it so it can be foldable as well. So it's robust, but it's foldable and flexible. So you can kind of make what you need to make with it. But trust me when I say, yes, it's thin, but it does a very good job and it's very sturdy. You won't need, that's why we won't need the grids at the end of it. It is solely just for whatever it is you need it for. Which also brings me to fact number 6. Sometimes guinea pigs, very rarely, can get a little bit of the nibbles. It's more common in rabbits. So we have these things called nibble guards. Ta-da! Where sometimes, like I said, quite uncommon with guinea pigs. Sometimes if they're maybe stressed or they're trying to get your attention, they'll try and nibble bits of the cage. So sometimes the Choroplast is the one that they try and get, but don't panic. The Choroplast is not poisonous for the guinea pig. So if they do try and nibble at it, it's fine. You can just kind of help them kind of get over it, but they'll usually get over it themselves with nibble guards if it's necessary. But like I said, these are more common with rabbits. So sometimes it's just like a little bit of a nibble. Chuck one of these on there, absolutely fine. When it comes to rabbits, it might be if the door is here, maybe it's because they want to get out, so they're trying to get your attention by nibbling or something like that. So nothing to be scared of. Guinea pigs will usually kind of overcome it and be like, whatever, don't need it anymore. But rabbits are a bit like, let me go outside. So that's why we do nibble guards as well. But, fact number 7. As you can see here, I'm with a 6x2 cage. It's actually on a stand as well. Stands are a game changer. So as you can see underneath, we've actually got a whole bunch of storage ideas. So it's like really efficient. If you've got tons of things that kind of revolve around your guinea pigs, you can have a whole space dedicated to them by even putting things in the boxes underneath. It's a lot easier for cleaning. There's no kind of horrible all the way down bending that you need to do. You're a little bit more on their level as well, so it's easier to tame your guinea pigs too. They're not going to be as frightened as you know that they're prey. Birds of prey will not come down and try and get hold of them and things like that. So that's what they're obviously a little bit frightened of. So when it comes down to you actually wanting to tame and pet your guinea pigs and things like that, it can be a nice swoop little easy and it's absolutely fine. So they find it a lot more comforting as well when you're kind of at the similar level to them. Fact number 8. Your grids are super modular and they can be really modified however you want. So if you need to fold them away super quickly, maybe you're traveling or maybe you just want to change up your grid a little or change up the cage a little bit, modular grids can absolutely do that for you. So we've got a 6x2 kind of one like that. So if we need to increase for whatever reason, or sorry, decrease, we can just kind of take 2 away, keep them on the stand, and we can probably do it in about 5 minutes. So modular grids are really, really cool. They keep things super easy for you as well. So usual traditional ones that you get, you've kind of got one, you know, bog standard super big thing, but you can't kind of chop and change when you need to. So this is, although you've dedicated a space already for your guinea pigs, if you need to change it up for whatever reason, you can easily do that with the grids and the connectors that you get as well. So super easy to have, super easy to keep as well. Fact number 9, as you can probably see, we don't use wood shavings or any paper bedding, we use fleece liners. Obviously with CNC cages, you can use whatever you like. So we use fleece liners because they're a lot more eco-friendly. They're also hypoallergenic, can't even say that word. Basically meaning that dust doesn't get kind of stuck in them, and we find it's friendlier on the guinea pigs as well. And like I said as well, easier to clean. We can just kind of take up the corners, sweep it onto the place, go and clean and whatnot. So it's a lot more eco-friendly in a sense that you can kind of just go and wash them. If you use wood shavings and things like that, absolutely, you're more than welcome to use them in CNC cages. Just remembering to kind of put them in organic waste, or if you use anything that kind of can be used with compost as well, anything that's just a lot easier for the planet. So we use fleece liners, guinea pigs love them, we love them. They're super soft as well, like off the record here. They're amazing. I want them for myself. But yes, guinea pigs love them as well because they're super comfy and they have a little bit of warmth to them too. So last fact, fact number 10, you can use these cages inside and outside if you want to. So if it's a nice day and you're thinking, oh, I'll just take them outside, have a little bit of a run, you can build a little run with your modular cages and they can just go and have a little run around outside too. But obviously inside and outside. The Choroplast that you get with it as well is also waterproof. So absolutely inside, outside, wherever you prefer. Just kind of being mindful of the temperature changes and things like that, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of the 10 most things you should know. A super kind of bonus one I'm going to add is it can also spark your creativity. You can have so much fun decorating things like this. Like we've obviously got our rainbow fleece liners inside, but you can kind of put garlands up, you can put plants around it. There's little like soft lighting that you can do. There's whole different things that you can do, like maybe a themed thing. You can do pink or different colors. There's tons of things that you can do with your guinea pig cages to make them look like they're in that room forever. So you can really dedicate a space and really, really decorate it too. So it can spark creativity. So that was 10 plus one bonus facts that you should know about CNC cages. Hopefully that answers a little bit more questions. It gives you a better idea of what you're getting yourselves into, but CNC cages really are brilliant. There's so much more space for your guinea pigs to just kind of roam around and have a little bit of a fun. So definitely worth purchasing and looking more into if that's what you're going to get than kind of the cheap ones that you'll get on different online stores. So just making sure that you always want what's best for your guinea pigs. CNC cages are it. So everything that you see here is available on our website. So our cages, our storage boxes and some little bits and bobs inside. So check out our website. It will be in the link in the description box below. Don't forget to comment. If you've got a CNC cage, you can add more things to this. Obviously people will kind of, you can swear other people's decisions and be like, yes, get a CNC cage. They're amazing. So definitely do that too. We also have an Instagram. Follow us over there. And I will see you all for the next video. Bye.